Niggas these days, these niggas lame as hell. So it ain't easy for a good woman to find a good man that fits her because there's so much bullshit going on. When I say it's some fucking beautiful women out here that deserve to have somebody who gonna cater to them, love them, it's 10-1 for me. Because there's so many of y'all out here, you're single, you really don't want a man, but you need one, thinking that you can go find a fucking man right now. These niggas lame as hell. On guard they is. And I'ma tell you why. I know these niggas lame because there are so many women without one. Ain't no way in the hell the world can be this big and there's this many women out here that don't have a nigga.
Guys, y'all hit that like button for us, man. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Appreciate your help, man. Appreciate y'all help joining the growing the channel, going on this journey with us, man. And hey, some of you niggas is lame as hell, man. That's what homeboy say, man.
He says there ain't nowhere in the world it could be this many women out here and they can't get no man. Lord have mercy. But he made a clear decision. He made a clear statement when he says good women pairing up with good men. That process usually take a long time because sometimes initially the good women don't pair with the good men or the good men don't pair up with the good women. You know, it's like you got to kiss 1,000 frogs before you find Prince, you know, or you got to go through a bunch of bad women before you find your queen. And that's the unfortunate part of things. It's too often that the person that we start out initially with isn't the person that we stay with, you know, or that we marry and have longevity with because that person wasn't a good person. We thought they were, but they wasn't a good person. They end up lying to you. They end up cheating on you. They end up stealing from you. You know, people go through all kinds of things trying to find their person.
Yeah, the way we phrase this is just, it's not the right way to phrase this. A good woman can't find a good man, and a good man can't find a good woman. That's not the right way, and it makes things real confusing because most of the time we run across good people. For average people, I'm not gonna say people that deem below average, like. But for average people, we run across good people. It's just not we don't want those people. The people who we want, we only count those as not being good people. We don't count the other people that came into our life that was really good, but we didn't want them. We tend not to count those people. And that's not correct, because when you say fine, there's no good men out here. No, there are good men out here. They're just not the ones that you want.
Well, I don't think that's what he said. He says good men and good women. And then women say they don't want a man because they think the men are all bad. And it's not necessarily, it doesn't matter if the man is an excellent man. If he's not your man, it doesn't matter.
But then you can't say that but that doesn't have anything to do with him being whether he's a good or a bad man.
No, that's not
a man that you don't want.
He's not speaking of those. He's not speaking of those. It's some good men out there, and the women are just going through a bunch of bad men. You know, like they say, they just pick bad, just like men. If a man is picking solely on beauty, and he's picking her solely on beauty, and she's materialistic, and he keep going from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman that's like that. But yet there's Jane round the corner or Susan, you know, across the street, and these are good women doing everything they supposed to. He smile and say, hey, Adam, but he don't find those women attractive. So in his mind, those are not his women, because the woman he wants have to look a certain way. The woman he wants have to have a certain body. And so until he finds the woman that has the heart or the personality and is responsible and act the way that he wants his woman to act, and it is acting like a wife, until he finds the woman that possesses all of those qualities, then it's not his woman. Because he won't do a woman any good if that woman is nice and she's sweet and he don't find her beautiful or attractive.
But see that's what you call you really doctoring up his comments because they use very simple comment. That phrase is is simple. The statement is very simple. Good, there are no good men out here. Now he didn't add all the other stuff. We just gonna deal with the words that he used. There are no good men. Now you just said that there are good, just like I did, because you basically made the same point that I made, but you just wording it different. Listen, you can't, if you go around saying that there's no good men out here, but there are good men, but they're just not the one that I want. So in my mind, that there are no good men. So that means that you pick all bad men. Then you picking all bad men. Are you attracted to all bad guys? That's what that. In other words, that's what you're saying. Especially if you've already ran across guys that are good, but you just didn't want them. So you didn't want the good guys. You picked the bad guys. But that's not to say that there's no good men. That's a lie.
Of course, we know better
That's
than
a lie.
that.
So what he's saying is a lie.
Of course.
That's a lie.
There are good men out here and there are good women out here. He's saying that all the men are bad and lame, and that may be the men that he run through in his circle, or it may be the men that he's talking to some women, and it may be those women are explaining the type of guys they ran through. But the bottom line is, if you type, just like being typecast for a certain movie, and that's the only kind of movies you can play, then that's the same thing. If a woman keep going off of her type, you're going to keep choosing the same kind of guys, which means those guys may not be good guys.
Yeah.
Because you keep choosing the same type. You're afraid to walk out of that type. You have put in your mind, I need him to be 6 feet tall. I need him to be dark skinned. I need him to have a beard. Like all of these superficial things that you need. And when are you going to get to the point that you understand? With me thinking this way, I keep choosing the same kind of guy over and over and over again. And I keep getting the same reaction over and over and over again. Maybe I need to go choose me a short guy that's light-skinned, that don't have a beard.
That's it. And see, that narrative that narrative needs to be stomped, because just like we can say that, well, there ain't no good women out here. You can't say that, man. I mean, when we say that, then the youngsters that's coming behind us, that's listening at these videos and listening at us talk, they gonna think, man, there ain't no good women out here. When that's a lie. That's a lie. Because Lil Kiana right here, she likes you, but you like this girl over here. That don't mean Lil Kiana ain't a good girl or would make a good wife. It's just you. You attracted to certain things about that person that you attracted to, or that type of person. Now, if they all bad people, then what is the element inside of them that makes you so attracted to them? Because I guarantee you, they don't all look the same. So there has to be an element inside that makes you attracted to them. So that's you. You attracted to something that is not so good, or maybe some dysfunction. It's got to be. You can't turn around and say all the men are bad, because we know that that's not the truth. The men that you like, that you've been picking, are bad. They don't all look the same. I guarantee you, they're not all the same height. They're not all the same color. They don't all have the same eyes. They're different. They don't all have the same job. So what is the element? If they're all bad, the ones that you want, what is the element that you are attracted to?
And it could be they all do look the same, and they all are the same height, and they all have the same kind of job, which means those type of guys ain't good for you. That's the problem.
That's a coincidence, and probably I've seen dudes that had girlfriend that look the same, but that shit ain't in most cases. That's rare. That's rare.
Because they have a type. See, when you start putting that into play, You're not thinking about personality. You're not thinking about qualities. You're not thinking about principles, values. You're thinking about he got to meet these physical characteristics. That's my type. And if you keep choosing based on that, the odds are you're not going to find a good guy if your type isn't a good guy. Rarely do you find a guy that meets your type and he has all the other qualities that you should have in a good person. But we like to deal with our type.
Exactly. The Secret Life of a Cheating Woman, guys. Y'all can get it on Amazon. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button for us, guys. Hit the like button for us.